Shit, y'all, I got enough time to do this Greenleaf review, so I figured I'll do that now. So hey, what's up, Roxstars? I am here to do the review for Greenleaf Season 2, Episode 11, I believe it is. So let's get to it, shall we? So it opens with Grace and Lady Mae at the table having breakfast. Surprisingly, Mae is okay with the article that Rick Fox wrote. I'm just not knowing what to make of this switch in temper between Grace and Mae. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know what to think about it because I'm hoping that there's a reason why she's all of a sudden turned and that it isn't some sort of flaw in the writing, because she could barely stand Grace and now all of a sudden it seems like everything is Grace. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault, baby. I love you. And it's weird to me. Am I the only one? Anyway. We find out that Sophia didn't get into the St. Joseph Society as a debutante. Grace immediately believes it's her fault because of the article. All of a sudden, she's feeling guilty. We're on the front of the Memphis Tribune. Well, why you didn't think about that shit before you gave the damn article out? But still, Mae's like, no, don't you worry about it. Okay, the Greenleaf Girls always gets in. But Sophia didn't. Anyways, Bishop and Grace are going to this monthly meeting that's hosted, pastors around the city. It is Skank's turn to host this meeting. They're going, okay, show of faith and, doing the right thing. And in the meantime, Lady Mae tells the help to, get this box and bring this gun to me. I was like, oh, Lord, Mae, what you about to do now? Okay. More fallout from that article, though. We find out that Zora also didn't get in as a debutante. So, Lady Mae got some shit to take care of. Zora's disappointed, so, Carissa says, why don't we go to New York? Can we afford that? Well, we don't have to buy that big dress now, so yeah, we're gonna go and just the girls and hang out, all right? And Zora seems to be halfway okay with that. Now, this gun, we find out that it's a historical piece. I think they said from 1842. Lady Mae has taken it to Jacinta, okay? And she is over the entire St. Joseph Society. And I'm guessing that Mae has taken it there as a bribe of some sort. But while she's there, she finds out that the reason why the girls weren't nominated is because, Mae had decided to not even include their names this year because the family has been going through so much. But, Lady Mae was like, I didn't not include them. I never would not include them. I sent my email. Well, who was in charge of adding the names for the nominations? And Jacinta says Tasha Skanks. You know that Lady Mae got a bone to pick with that one. Now, skipping over to Triumph, Bishop and Grace get there. Jacob is there. All right, remember, it's the pastors all over the city. And once Skanks comes in, I was smiling to myself, okay? Something about him is just, he is so fucking cool. He plays that role so well. He just makes me laugh, and they definitely need a Skanks on this show. But, he sees Jacob, gives him a hug and everything, kind of ignores Bishop and Grace, and then he goes and sits down. All right, so the topic of discussion at this meeting is about homophobia, about a kid that tried to kill himself, who has brain damage now because he tried to be in the garage and have the engine running. The church needs to do something about this. So, Skanks gives this uplifting speech about, I know that we all come from different places, but we can't let something like this go by. Okay, the Lord loves us all, and it's important that we let everybody know that, including homosexuals. And you can see there some people is not really feeling it, but, they give them a amen just for amen's sake. Afterwards, Grace and Jacob and Bishop are standing around talking, and and not really sure what to make of it. Grace asks Jacob what does he think, and he's on the same page, that something needs to be done, but they're not sure what. They ask Bishop, and Bishop says, yeah, we can reach out, but I don't think we need to get too loud on this situation. So, you can see the difference. Bishop is from the old school, trying to make the transition into this new school way of thinking, but it's hard for him. But Grace is still not quite sure what to think. As they're leaving, and Grace tells Jacob that she's proud of him. I must admit that it sounds like Jacob has finally found his stride in this whole thing, that maybe he has found his true calling, that he should be a minister. Okay, even though he may have been a fuck up in the past. Even Bishop tells him, you know what, I was proud of you up there, talking. Well, he doesn't really say proud. He said it was pretty good. Okay, I guess that's close as he gonna get. And then he tells Jacob and Carissa to come over for dinner that evening. Now, Charity, we see her in her office. She's trying to, write some music for the Clark sisters, and she just can't get right. Her assistant is just like, well, girl, what would Carlton do? Y'all remember Carlton is the gay choir director that they got rid of because they didn't feel like they needed him, his gayness soiling the sanctity of the church. So that prompts Charity to call Carlton, and Carlton comes down and he's got a bone to pick with Charity. I don't appreciate the fact that when they put me out, you didn't call, you didn't try to help me or anything. And she said she was going through her own shit, and he was just like, well, what was you going through, Charity? So then she goes on to tell him about Kevin and how Kevin is gay, and he just done ran off, and she's having a hard time with that. And then on top of that, nobody ever talks about the twin that she was supposed to have that she miscarried, or that just died and sort of faded away inside of her. And then I felt bad because I totally forgot about the twin. Just like she said, nobody ever talks about him. So, about her, because it was a girl. So it was just sort of like, that's it, but her as a mother inside, she's the only one holding on to her baby, and she doesn't know how to let go. So that really did touch me. I don't even think she's the best actress, but something about that story just, oh, look, I'm getting a little emotional now. Let me move on. But Carlton tells her, you know what? You let go. I will hold on to her for you. Okay, let me take that burden away from you. So that actually was a touching scene, because Charity's scenes are always just like, but that scene did touch me. Anyway, moving on. Mae goes to talk to Tasha, and Tasha says she never got an email. Mae was like, you take me for some type of fool. And Tasha was like, I don't have anything against you. And she said, you might not have nothing against me, but your husband does, and he made it very clear that he was going to make our lives miserable. Tasha is so upset because she does not like the fact that, Mae is trying to accuse her of this. She tells Mae to get out. And while Mae is looking up at the artwork, she was like, is that a so-and-so and so? And Tasha says, yes, as a matter of fact, it is. I remember reading that you really adored this artist. And basically, I wanted to be like you. I look up to you. So I bought that artwork because you said that it was something to have. But Mae ain't trying to hear it. Okay, she gonna get to the bottom of this email, and then you gonna have hell to pay. So she goes back to her assistant, and they're looking through the emails trying to find it, and bam, there it is. Okay, she sent it to the organization. Print that out, because I wanna talk to them about it. Now Bishop, he got Sister Rochelle the Vamp in his office, and she's sitting on his damn desk, and she is just this far away from him, got her little dress on, and they just are laughing about this cake that she made for him. Okay, Mae bust in. She wants to talk to Bishop, but he was just like, oh, love of my life. Okay, light of my world. I want to introduce you to Sister Rochelle. Lady Mae was just like, nice to meet you. And she was just like, yes, she came by and she brought this cake, baby, taste it. Mae was like, she made a cake. I know about bitches cooking meals for my man, okay? All of a sudden, Mae ain't seeing it for Miss Rochelle. No, that's okay. How did the whole meeting go with Jacinta? Oh my God, don't even bring it up. And when Rochelle heard Jacinta, she says, oh, Jacinta Butler? Oh, that's a friend of mine. Is it anything I can do to help? Lady Mae just looks at her like, I don't really think so. But you guys go on and enjoy your cake. I'll see you later. Okay, gives Bishop that look like, nigga, we gonna talk about this later. Rochelle, is it something that I did? Bitch, you know that it is. Even when he says nope, I say yep. And Mae, because she's got the printed out emails, remember, she take it on back to Tasha's office. Okay, bitch, now you want to say that I was lying, that I didn't send the paperwork or whatever, but you did get it, okay? I sent it right here. And Tasha was like, oh, okay, well, that's the problem right here. You sent it to the wrong email address, okay? You got .com, it should be .org. Lady Mae was just like, oh. Okay, instead of saying sorry for going off on the girl and calling her a liar, she was just like, I'm going to talk to Jacinta about it. She's like, don't talk to Jacinta, because Jacinta's done with you too. Okay, fed up with you, privileged, thinking that you can throw your weight around and come in here and tell the society how they should be. Let me tell you something. You're never going to be featured with this society again. So now Mae got a problem, because the Greenleaf girls are always included. So she goes, takes it on back to the church, and she tell Bishop, listen, your girl Rochelle, invite her old hoe ass to dinner. I don't trust that, Rochelle. I'm sure that's what we supposed to feel. All right, now skipping over to Grace. She goes and talks to Pastor Skanks, and they're going to discuss this gay kid. Now, what we going to do about, homophobia in the church? Skank says he don't know what they're going to do about it, okay? I mean, he thought that she was coming because she had ideas, and she was just like, yeah, I don't know. All All right, and he tells her the story about how he's always been a small person, but he knew that he needed to have big people in his corner, and he got the biggest fighter of all, that's the good Lord Jesus, and he fights for him with a mighty sword. That is me. What about you? Who are you, Grace? I said, ooh, he is a slick one. So smooth with it. It's just actually something interesting to see, isn't it? Grace says she wants to tackle homophobia, and he says, well, I mean, that looks like that might be your thing. So you figure out what you're going to do, and then you're going to let me know. I'm going to be all aboard. So Grace feels like, well, skanks ain't too bad. I mean, we seem to be agreeing on this. And like I said, that's that slick. That's that slick. Oil slick, baby. Now, Zora, okay, because she's upset about the whole debutante thing, all right, she done hooked back up with Isaiah. I mean, we saw it coming. And while she telling him about that, he too busy trying to get in her pants. And I was just like, oh, girl, don't do it. I mean, it's normal for kids her age, but you just see the mistake about to happen. But long story short is they have sex right there in the house, in her bed. I said, girl, you was asking to get caught. But she doesn't get caught. But later on, she does tell Sophia that, they had sex, that they did it. Sophia's like, what? You had sex? She was like, well, you shut up. You don't tell the whole world, but yes. And Sophia was just like, well, how was it? I was like, uh-oh. Is Sophia getting them feelings too? I mean, she does have a boyfriend, and I'm sure she believes she loves him. So please don't let Sophia get pregnant, y'all. And then at this dinner that, Jacob and his wife is going to, as well as Sister Rochelle, Grace is sitting there, Lady Mae, Bishop, and we are talking about why Rochelle left her former church. Okay, she said that she had breast cancer and she didn't feel like the pastor was really there for her, wouldn't call, wouldn't check on her. And they're like, oh, that's what we do here in Calgary. We always make sure that we take care of our our people. All of a sudden it turns into a spill the beans type conversation between the Greenleaf family. All right, Rochelle said that she did enjoy Skank's church, Triumph, and that's when they were just like, oh God, not him. And Grace starts to take up for Skanks and says that he's trying to help out with the whole homophobia in the church. And then all of a sudden Carissa jumps in and starts talking about Kevin and the fact that he left because he was gay and didn't feel comfortable, and they doing all this discussion in front of Rochelle, who was just drinking it up, although she was just like, don't mind me. Yes, bitch, mind her. Telling all the family secrets. Then Carissa starts up about Grace and, this article and why the girls didn't get called into the society because, talk around town and all of that. I mean, just entirely too much. I was like, that Carissa is a bitch. I know she's jaded from, her man cheating on her and they worked it out and then they broke and they ain't got no money and, they living somewhere where she thought she was going to be on the high. I get all that. Still, she a bitch. So it's just a big old mess. All these family secrets. Enough for Rochelle, I'm sure, to be putting it into her memory bank. Like, oh, I'm going to remember this. But after it's over, Lady Mae tells her, I apologize for my family. We shouldn't have, did all of that in front of you. And she says, it's okay. She says, Jacinta. Okay, remember when you told me you could kind of help me with something? And, Rochelle was like, I certainly do remember that. What can I do? Lady Mae says, it seems that I've had an overlooktion. I was like, what is that? Something her mom used to say back in the day. Next morning, we see Mae and Grace at the table having breakfast again, and Sophia comes rushing in. She got in to society. It was just some misunderstanding, okay? But both her and Zora are in. They're going to be debutantes, and Mae was just like, oh, wonderful girl. I knew that it was going to be something, okay? Don't ever doubt your granny. I'm always going to fix it for you guys. And when she leaves, Grace looks at her and she says, she gives her that look like we're going to have to deal with Rochelle in the future. And Mae says, listen, we'll cross that bridge when it comes, because Mae already knows. But baby, Mae is always a couple of steps ahead of you. So you got to get up pretty early to pull one over on Mae. Grace goes on with her day, got to get to work. And Lady Mae tells the help to take that artwork down. Okay, wrap that up. As a matter of fact, take all the artwork by that artist down, wrap it up, and put it in the gallery. It is time for a change. I'll see what that means. And lastly, we see Charity. Seems that she's gotten her mojo back. She's working with Jabari. She's written the next hit for some gospel artist. He tells her that it's wonderful, and then she kisses him so hard she's gonna bust his fucking front teeth out. Girl, okay, I guess it's all that longing and wanting, pent up energy up inside of her, just ready to grab onto him. But she kisses him, and I guess this is the beginning of a budding romance between those two. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Rockstars. Bye.